Hello, I'm the Miami Autism Dad Victor Antunez, the Inclusive Mind Realtor, and this is the Autism Podcast at Miami's Community Newspapers. Today, I am with Marquia Robinson, who's the CEO of Hope for Miami, and with Mercy Parada, who is the Program Manager at Hope for Miami. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
So, Hope for Miami has been around since 1998, which was now 28 years ago.
Yes.
Which doesn't seem like that long, but that was like almost pre-internet.
Yes.
Definitely pre-chat GPT. Things have changed quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. So tell me about the founding of Hope for Miami.
So Hope for Miami was started by Rick and Yvonne Sawyer. They got a call from the Department of Children and Families of ways to just create a network to serve our partners and our neighbors throughout the community. And through several conversations and talks, we incorporated as Family and Children Faith Coalition. And then from there, in 2012, we started as Hope for Miami, with the heart to serve the community.
So they got a call, but why did they get a call? Like, what were they doing before that somebody said, hey, let's reach out to them?
That's an excellent question. So previously, Rick and Yvonne, they have a history of working in the gospel field, missionary. Yvonne worked for Tim Keller many years ago for a place called Hope Network up in New York. And she helped to just start a church and help with just community building. So when they came to South Florida, it was all about building community, reaching out to churches and having them come together to solve problems in the community. So somehow DCF heard about that and said, hey, let's go ahead and have you all lead a coalition to bring folks together to solve the needs of our community.
Yeah, I bet that back in 1988, there were very few nonprofits doing this kind of work. So it's easier to find them because now there's quite a few actually.
Yes.
In 1998, it was a different world. So where did Rick and Yvonne move from?
Oh, that's a great question. So Rick is from Asheville, North Carolina. They met in New York. They came together and they moved down to South Florida.
So would you call Hope for Miami a faith-based organization?
Absolutely. That's our origins. That's the heart of who we are, is to equip our fellow neighbors, and also congregation sharing is part of our organizational philosophy and our pillars. Stewardship is our goal, is that whatever time, talent, ability, or resources that we have, it's for us to serve our neighbors.
Super nice. And you guys are locals.
Yes.
Where'd you go to high school?
Barbara Goldman Senior High School. Go Gators. Double Gator.
And Mercy, where'd you go to high school?
Coral Park, down in Westchester.
Coral Park, yeah. So how long have you been with Hope for Miami?
I've been with Hope for Miami for 6 years. I've started as a site supervisor. During COVID time, we opened up a program in Hialeah. And then because of COVID, we split up the program at Ferguson and Varela, and I became the site supervisor at Varela. Throughout the years, I loved what Hope for Miami does, and there was an opportunity for me to become a program manager in the summer for the disability sites, and that's how I took over program manager role for the summer time.
You know, I'm in this world because of my daughter with autism. Why are you in this world?
I've been a special needs teacher for 18 years. I have dedicated my life to students with disabilities. I believe that it's my purpose. It's something that I was sent to do in this world. I love it with my heart. And I do this because I want to give children the opportunity to see what we won't, like maybe what they won't be able to experience of what you and I experience on a daily base. So, independent skills, doing social skills, like going to events like Special Olympics, bringing the social emotional through Hope for Miami, arts, everything. Just being able to build that and for them to feel empowered.
Yeah. And Marquia, what brought you into this world?
Sure. I came to Hope for Miami just to volunteer in 2012. I graduated college in 2010 and decided to come back home. I called and Rick answered the phone and he said, hey, what are you doing? I said, I just want to volunteer. I have things going on. This will be my pass-through, opportunity. My major was in health education and behavior and community health. He said, hey, there's a drug prevention program. You want to be a part of it? And since then, I have not left. My husband and I moved away in 2019, but still stayed involved with the agency because that's where my heart is. Our previous CEO, we worked together for so many years, writing grants, accomplishing so many great things, expanding our programs, but most importantly, loving our neighbors, loving our staff and our team. If you've met anyone who's worked for Hope for Miami, they become family. So Rick and Yvonne are family. And since then, it's been an amazing ride. I became the CEO in November of last year. So a bit new, but my biggest goal is to leave the earth empty. Whatever I can do to serve my community, serve my team, build up a great agency to be around for 27 more years, that's why I'm here.
You call it the agency.
Yes.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So Hope for Miami didn't start out working with kids with disabilities, but that was a conscious choice a few years ago. What year was that?
I believe it was 2010.
Okay.
I would have to double check, but around 2010. We're one of the larger trust-funded programs, and we're very grateful for the funding through the Children's Trust. And we had an opportunity to open more services to youth with disabilities.
And then you also mentioned the drug prevention. Was that DARE or a different program?
Different program. So a part of the programming at Hope for Miami, I hate to say programming, but what we're able to offer is we provide direct services to our summer camps and our after-school program. That's our year-round care through our out-of-school services. But we also have an arm of our agency that provides healthy relationships for adolescents, drug prevention, life skills. We work with youth with juvenile justice experience along with their families. We have a fatherhood program called Men Up, where we work with our fathers to help them lead their families well. We use a Nurturing Fathers curriculum. So our biggest goal is to come alongside the family, to walk with them, and to support them in every area.
And where is Hope for Miami physically located?
We are physically headquartered in Flagami, which is about a few miles away from the Miami International Airport.
Okay. Is that on the north side or the south side of the airport?
My husband's going to get me. I never know. But if you are traveling...
The far side of the airport or the near side?
I'm from Miami and I always get difficulty with that. So if you are on the 836, you're going to head a little west off of 57th Avenue.
Okay. So kind of like the Blue Lagoon area.
Yes, not too far.
Although they've recently changed the name. I forget what it is, but they've changed the name of Blue Lagoon, which I always thought was a good name, but
I did too.
I guess somebody doesn't like that anymore. So are you focused on that area or you just happen to be there?
That's a great question. We are county-wide. We're very fortunate to serve the entire Miami-Dade County. We're headquartered in Flagami, but as Mercy shared, her programs and our work at John A. Ferguson, Felix Varela is more in the Kendall area, but we also have a Children with Disabilities program in Miami Central, at Miami Central High School and Liberty City.
Oh, super nice. Now, let's talk about the drug prevention. Are you guys still doing that program or?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And what does that consist of?
Sure. So we have a curriculum that we use called The Facts Your Future. So our goal is we can not only teachers, we're facilitators. We have conversations with our youth about where do you see your life? These are the drugs that are out there. These are things that you can stay away from, but most importantly, gaining that life skills, those refusal skills. Also, the peer involvement too. We have a coalition called Coalición Esperanza. It's in Flagami, but we also have a youth council. And that is designed to help our kids be advocates to keep their communities drug-free, keep their communities safe as well.
So important. I remember back in school seeing kids that got involved in drugs and literally ruining their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in the summertime, you guys have got camps. Are they local?
Yes. We have 9 camps.
9 camps?
We have 9 summer camps throughout the county. As far north as Miami Gardens, we just opened up and we partner with churches. So we have 5 church-based sites and we have 4 sites that are in our Miami-Dade County Public Schools. So we're very grateful for our partnership too with Miami-Dade County Public Schools. That's
a big one because I think that usually partnering with these big bureaucracies is tough, but it seems like you guys have figured it out.
They're amazing. We work through the community-based organizations office, their CBO office. And for many years, I would say since the inception of our agency has been to work alongside the schools as well.
And you're in how many schools?
We're in 21 schools.
Oh, really?
In some capacity. So we're in 4 of the schools with our Youth with Disabilities programs, but we also provide our prevention programming throughout the entire county.
But even 21 is not all the schools. There's got to be a lot more schools.
And community-based organizations too. So our neighbors at other community-based sites, we also will go visit them with our programming too.
When you say your other CBOs or your neighbors, what do you mean by that?
Oh, we work with Touching Miami with Love. We've worked with His House. We've worked with Overtown Youth Center. So it's complementary. Whatever programs we can give to our fellow neighbors, our community, we're able to do so, including churches. Whether they've been around for 2 years or 20 years, we will work with you.
Now, you said you also have year-round programming.
Yes.
In addition to the no drugs, what other year-round program do you have? Sure.
So what Mercy and a few of our staff oversee is our CWD. That's our Children with Disabilities program. But we also have something called Kids to Success. That is our summer camp and our after school. And that's year round. We don't stop. We're open 180 days or more. Yeah. We're in the middle of summer of 7 weeks of care for our kids. But aside from that, and when we work with our school system, we usually go with the school schedule where we provide our interventions and then we'll visit more CBOs over the summer.
Now, the CWD, the Children with Disabilities, what does that consist of?
Sure. You want to share that?
Yeah. So we work with students with all different abilities, especially autism, students who are on autism spectrum, intellectual disability, and physical disability. Our ratio is 1-6, but we do that so we can make sure that we give the kids individual attention. If they do require more of a 1-to-1, we do allow their RBTs or their HHAs to come in and work with us. So they can have that individual attention that they need in the summer camp and aftercare.
Okay, but the camp is one thing, the year-round stuff, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it. Is it at your location or in the schools?
It's in the school. So it's school-based as well. We have, like she said, one in Miami Central, Bel Air, I believe, Miami Central, Felix Varela, and Ferguson. And their after-school care is from 2:30 to 6, and we provide services there as well, arts for learning, academic skills, social-emotional learning, anything that we can make sure that our students feel empowered.
That after school is so important.
It is. And especially since it's kids with disabilities, there's not that many programs throughout the year. And in high school, once, we hit out of that elementary, I see that there's not that many programs. So Hope for Miami coming in and being able to collaborate with the school system and having a safe place for these students with disabilities, I believe it's amazing.
I'm just curious, like the funding, when you go into a public school, is it Hope for Miami is funding the program or joint with the school?
Yes, correct.
Absolutely. So we receive our funding from the Children's Trust. So we're able to essentially have the facility usage at Miami-Dade County Public Schools, which is truly a blessing.
That is it's a big blessing. You shouldn't have to reinvent the wheel or rebuild the wheel because it's already built. And I'm curious, like with the school closures, is that affecting you guys yet?
Not yet, but we are watching it. We are praying. I'm an advocate for the public school system. I'm a graduate of Miami-Dade County Public Schools, but we are seeing that some of our schools, maybe some of the elementary schools that are under enrollment, have either closed. Thankfully, not our schools yet, but I won't even say thankfully. We're just watching it, and we're praying that there's a good outcome.
Now, if a parent hears about you guys and they want to have their kid involved with Hope for Miami, do they have to go to one of your schools, obviously, or no?
Not necessarily. So part of that is we're partnered with a few churches throughout the county too. One Miami Church in Miami Gardens. We have a Wayside Baptist Church in Kendall. We have Pinelands Presbyterian Church down in Cutler Bay. I know I'm forgetting Numa Academy, which also has a church as well. So we partner with them. And I'm forgetting one church, but that's okay. But we'll find a place for your child. We'll make room. And even with our public schools, they're inclusive. You don't have to have a disability to be a part of the program.
And in fact, I think I saw on your website that you mix the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to chime in, that we have Best Buddies or Special Olympics in our schools, especially in the high schools. And we create that inclusive environment where I have a traveling soccer team at Varela, or maybe the soft skills that another school can do, or Best Buddies. They come and they interact and socialize with our students. So they build that friendship and that one-to-one. And the benefit that our students take from this is the creating that friendship, that one-to-one friendship. And then the kids that do volunteer, they do get to have community service hours. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, and the acceptance also.
Yes. And the awareness to the school too. You're bringing awareness to the school, to the community, and making sure that you build that safe, positive environment at the school system.
Super nice. Now back to the thing about the after school to 6 p.m., which I think is just phenomenal. Like I remember I was having a conversation with somebody and they told me, like, the BPK?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you only get like 3 hours a day.
Yes.
And then if you're a working mom or working dad or single, like it's great, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
And then you can't even use it because it doesn't work with your schedule. So giving these parents a safe place for their kids to be until 6 p.m. And you got a 9 to 5. What a blessing.
It is.
And the amazing thing is it's staffed by ESC teachers and ESC paraprofessionals that know the kids, know the world. So you even have a safe communication foster environment where parents can talk to the ESC teacher, see what plans we can do, what milestones each child can hit, whether it's the academic skills or it's even like creating a sentence. Some students just do one word utterance. The other day I had a student give me a full sentence, by prompting. So those little things make a difference, and it gives parents that peace of mind. I'm at work and I have, people that are in this world understanding my child's needs. So it gives them peace to go to work safe, that their child is safe.
also what's peaceful for me, like I hear, like you're saying that there's ESC teachers.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I find that so important. And this is why, like every now and then you'll see on social media where a teacher does a terrible thing to an autistic kid.
Yeah.
And I look at that teacher, I think to myself, are you an ESC teacher or are you a regular teacher who didn't sign up for this?
Yeah.
And now you're being put with these kids that you just don't even understand them and they're driving you bananas and then you do terrible things. So I think it's very important to have like teachers who are trained.
Yeah.
And teachers who signed up for this.
Yeah.
Like I have an autistic daughter and a neurotypical little boy.
Yeah.
And I'm mature enough to know that they both need different things.
Yeah.
And if I put the wrong teacher with my daughter, they might do a terrible thing too.
Absolutely.
That they wouldn't have done with regular kids.
Yeah.
So it's super important to have these ESC teachers in there.
The good thing that I see from Hope for Miami as well is that we have a partnership with the Advocacy Network.
Yes.
So like, let's
Irie
say-
Diaz, my girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's say we have our other sites at the churches. You know, they do have a child with disabilities.
Mhm.
That's where the Advocacy Network comes in, does the evaluation with, you know, the proper procedures, and they work with them and they, you know, train the staff to see how we can meet the needs of those individuals with disabilities.
Yeah.
When you say train the staff, you mean train like the office staff?
The staff at site, like the
The
site
ESC teachers?
supervisors. Yeah,
Really?
not the ESC. No, not the ESC teachers. I'm talking about the sites that don't have students with disabilities.
Okay.
Like
For example, Bel Air Elementary.
right.
Yeah.
That they have, you know, students without disabilities, but let's say one child with autism comes in, you know, we don't discriminate. They're able to go into the program. So then we have the advocacy come in, do the evaluation, and then work with the staff there to make sure that all the needs are met for those individuals.
We would not be able to do this work without supports like the Advocacy Network and a lot of our partners. We would not be able to. And I thank you for that gracious outlook too, for teachers who may not have that experience. So our staff who may not have the background and experience of someone like Mercy or Fabiola or Noah or Janine. These are our staff members who have been in this for a very long time. They're able to train our staff on how we can better accommodate our youth and also serve them in a better way too. So we're very grateful for that.
Yeah. And I just saw this article on how kids, the more training the teachers get,
Yes.
the better the outcomes, especially with the younger kids.
Absolutely.
So like you have the Advocacy Network come in there and train your staff, maybe not the SC teachers, but just the staff in general.
Absolutely.
And everybody does better.
We do.
Yeah.
We're better together. We really are.
Yeah. So back to the after school stuff, like what are the things that you're doing? Like when does school get out, by the way?
High school gets out at 2:30.
And the little kids get out at what time? Like grades?
Depends on the day of the week. Mostly about 3:00. On Wednesdays at 1:50 or 2:00. Yeah.
And they're all doing after school stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
And what, like their homework? Like what are they doing?
Okay,
Sure.
so they start, we get a snack. Hope for Miami provides snack for the students. So from like 2:30 to 3, they'll be on their snack time. And then we have Arts for Learning that comes in and the kids work on their art projects. We also do academic skills as well. So if they have any homework, we'll do homework time. We'll have social, emotional, you know, it's a schedule that we abide by, that the Children's Trust gives us. And we do social, emotional learning where the kids get together, team build, learn about anger management, coping skills. We also have money management skills for the high schools. We have Sparks where the kids go out and they do different sports. So those activities are all the things that we do in the aftercare.
I've heard of Sparks. Is that an acronym? Or
It is.
It is?
We just say physical education. But yes, time to get moving. Yes.
all right. And what does that consist of?
It's adaptive
Yeah.
fitness.
Mhm.
So any, like, let's say we're playing baseball, but they adapt it to the child's needs, individual needs.
You know, and then back to the snack. I remember years ago, I was talking to a public school teacher who worked in inner city. She's like, the first thing I got to do with my kids that come in the morning, make sure they've had something to eat.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Because these kids, like a lot of them would come in, hadn't eaten anything.
Yes.
And you just can't function without food,
Yeah.
Right.
especially when you're little.
Absolutely.
Some kids like, what's the snack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
The snacks is like a cheese. It has to have a protein,
Yeah.
a carb, milk, juice. So it could be, I'm trying to think. The other day they give the kids corn dogs. You know, kids love the corn dogs.
Yeah, I know, but that's not maybe the best.
It's not, but it's you know, it's they get fed, you know,
Okay.
and they have their apples,
They can bring their lunch
things
too.
like that. So, we monitor, like if they have different health issues, we monitor their snacks
Absolutely.
as well.
And who pays for this? The Children's Trust, I guess it comes from funding from them.
We're able also from the funds that we raise to provide a snack for our families. But for the sites that are in the public schools, we are able to access the lunch through MDCPS. And also, if you're not unaware, MDCPS, Miami-Dade County Public Schools.
You said empty?
MDCPS.
MD. Okay. I heard empty. I was like, empty.
Listen,
what?
I speak really fast. I'm working on it. But we're able to give the kids lunch. And I believe, too, that the public schools also offer summer meal spots. So any child that's in Dade County can sign up to get a meal during the summer. So I hope that some of our partners and our friends are accessing that as well.
Yeah, and you also work with the high school kids on making sure they complete high school.
Yes.
Tell me about that work.
Well, that's more Mercy then.
Okay, so most of our students are on the modified curriculum, but we do get
and these are the special needs kids?
Yes.
Okay, but
we do get some students who are on the spectrum that are in the general ed classes. So we have tutors, like our staff, that tutors them to ensure that they complete their high school classes and their credits. And we partner with the teachers, the general ed teachers, and we make sure that the kids are completing their work. So I have a success story where a kid came from another country and he needed a lot of help in order to graduate. And one of my staff members helped him and sat with him one-on-one to complete all his assignments, and he was able to graduate on time. And he got all his credits. So, and he was a typical child. So we service everything, it's amazing.
Now I want to ask about the modified curriculum.
Okay.
So, people like playing devil's advocate here. This is for special needs kids.
Correct.
And when these kids finish with the modified curriculum, like, what are they getting out of that?
What are they getting out of the modified? Oh, that's a huge open door. We can have a podcast.
No, go where you're comfortable.
Wow. Okay. So on the modified curriculum, there's many things that you can do with a modified curriculum. You graduate. It's before you had your special diploma, where it just said a special diploma. Right now, you're actually getting a certificate of high school diploma. You get it through access points. I know this is a lot of like verbiage that maybe people are not familiar.
A lot of acronyms. And
So some students are able to go to Robert Morgan.
Okay, and for people that don't know, because I think it's a very cool school, what is Robert Morgan?
Robert Morgan is a vocational school.
Like a trade school?
Yeah, like a trade school. Okay. So it just depends on the reading level, what programs that your child would be able to do. So, other students that are in the modified curriculum can go to adult training centers, but they're allowed to be in our program until they're 22, and they're allowed to be in school until they're 22. So once they graduate, there's different steps. It just depends on your individual child and making a plan for that individual child. I can go on and on about
Well, let's talk about Robert Morgan, because this is really cool. Where are they, by the way?
Robert Morgan, I believe it's on 152nd Street. But there's also more programs coming in through Miami-Dade County Public Schools. It's called Project Bridge, and there'll be programs in South Dade, I don't say it correctly, Lindsay Hopkins. And there's other schools opening up where the kids can go and do certificate programs where they can get training like cooking, childcare.
And they get that at Robert Morgan or other schools?
They can get that at Robert Morgan. They can get that at South Dade. All these community-based schools where they don't have to go and get their 2-year degree. They can just go and do certificate programs.
Like Robert Morgan, what are typical trade school career paths that you're putting your students on?
Cooking. I've heard of some do cooking. Others have done childcare. But it just really depends on the level, the academic level and their reading level. So they can
their physical and mental capacity.
Yeah, right.
Do they do things like plumbing, electrician, or is that like not?
They can. And, I've had different kids do different things. So it just really depends on the level of the child.
And for parents that are looking at that, the 22 years old, the cliff, what's like your advice, like to get your child ready for the cliff?
We'll do programs like Hope for Miami where they can get that tutoring and that academic building skills. Also, I know that Miami-Dade County Public libraries have tutoring as well. So their reading levels can increase, learn about what different programs are out there and know what your child likes, because you're not going to put your child in a plumbing program and he doesn't like that, you know? So getting to know your child and getting to know their levels and push them to that, to see what it is that they like so they don't fail.
Yeah. And by the way, when it comes to the trades, I think that for a long time, and it was all good intentions, it was all college.
Yeah.
But it's not for everybody.
No.
And for people that are concerned about like artificial intelligence, there are jobs that are very immune to that. Like artificial intelligence won't get rid of a plumber, won't get rid of an electrician, won't get rid of a cook. And these are like high paid trades where you can make six figures.
Yeah.
So I think that the whole college thing is great for some kids.
Yeah.
But it's not bad that your kid goes to a Robert Morgan.
Well, we had a student at Felix Ferreira Senior High School that she did our Hope for Miami program, and she was there until she was 22, along with the programs that Miami-Dade County Public School does. She was able to get hired through transportation, and she has a job, and she's a co-signer with her mom, and they have a house because of her, you know, so there is, you know, one case does not fit all. I say one plan is, you know, one size does not fit all. You know, each child is individual, just like, you know, you and I, we all have different paths. So it's getting to know your child and how we can create that. And I think that's something that we do out for Miami and the disability sites in the high school.
And high school, but are you also working with kids like in grade school?
I do not.
But the Hope for Miami?
So our high school sites are specifically for youth with disabilities, but we are inclusive at our elementary sites or in elementary and high school. So out of our 9 sites, 3 are the high school sites that work with youth with disabilities.
You guys are in a lot of schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Are you looking to keep it that size, looking to scale it? Because sometimes scaling is not the way to go.
You know, in all honesty, that's one of the questions I get asked. I want to do good work. I want to be able to not just serve the kids, but I want to be able to serve their parents. So what I'm looking forward to this year is we have our fatherhood group. The Men Up program. But what else can we work with? Because someone shared with me, well, it may look a little bit different for parents with youth with disabilities. So how can we better serve them with our workshops? The information that Mercy has and our team has to help support them with their, I don't want to say case plan, but for lack of a better word, the plan for when they graduate high school. So right now, would I be open to expanding? Possibly, but it has to be with intention. I have to be able to say, hey, you know, we're able to serve your whole family in our community. That is our goal, to serve the youth. So my prayer one day is that our kids come through our program in kindergarten and they go through the whole thing, and then their mom and dad are involved in our parent workshops, and they're part of their community coalition efforts as well, so that we are serving the entire family.
You know, talking about serving the entire family, earlier we were speaking about also how a lot of parents just don't know what they don't know.
Absolutely.
Well, one of the ways that I educated myself was I joined an Autism Dads group called Just for Dads. It's at It's facilitated by Dr. Michael Alessandri, who is the Executive Director of the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities. So I think that these dads groups and these moms groups are so important, because the way it works with Dr. Michael is we go in there. It's a big conference room with this big like oval shaped table. We all sit around there. We'll bring pizza and sodas and whatever. And so it's social in the beginning, and then we'll get started. And one by one, Dr. Michael asks the dads, hey, how's your child doing? How are you doing? What do you need? And we'll tell them how things are going. If things are great, go to the next dad. Maybe that dad's having some difficulties. Okay, look, I want you to reach out to so-and-so, or I'll have so-and-so reach out to you. It's like one way I think that you could grow like your not your footprint, but your capacity to help these parents. These parents groups.
Yes.
They're such like a low-hanging fruit, super cheap. You already got the parents.
Yeah.
And then what's really important, like with this dad's group that I go to, is you have to have a professional there who can tell you, speak to this person, to this person.
I love that.
Like me, I've met a lot of people through this podcast, but I couldn't facilitate that group at the level that Dr. Michael does, because he's also a psychologist. So he'll tell you, like, he can talk to you at that level, which I could never do that. So I think like low-hanging fruit, like in terms of impact, is parent groups are so important, because if the parents aren't right, the kids aren't right.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of parents are really suffering.
Yes.
You know, because a lot of times we think of just the kids, But, I've seen some kids that are really hard.
Yeah.
And you see the parents and you just like, man, these parents are going through a lot because it's not just the kid, it's the parents with the kids.
Yeah.
So if we can take care of the parents, that takes care of a lot.
No, and that time too. Right now we were talking about that. We're in a time that everything is so expensive. These parents have to work.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to get this information. So we need to, find a way to get these groups going.
And let me tell you, just like after the COVID, I'm zoomed out.
Yeah.
I want to meet in person.
Absolutely.
So like
they're connecting. Yeah.
So there are parent groups I've seen that are Zoom. I have no interest.
No.
The one with Dr. Michael, we meet once a month.
Yeah.
I go to everyone whenever I'm in town, I go to that.
I love that.
So I'm just zoomed out.
Absolutely.
That's just me. So listen, I got the 2-minute warning like a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
So I got 2 last questions I want to ask you guys. So I'll start with you first.
Yes.
Your message is hope starts with you. See and treat your neighbors as yourself. How does someone listening right now live that ideal?
Man, it's so complex, but I'll just say, see humanity, see your neighbor. Like you said, like there's someone going through something right now.
Yeah.
Say hello, give them a high five, give them a hug. When you begin to see people, it changes the way you do the work that you do. And I would say leave empty. If I had one thing that I would do, I want to leave this earth completely empty with loving and sharing and giving. So that's what I would say. That's what hope starts.
Yeah. And be more forgiving of your neighbors.
Absolutely.
Metaphorically your neighbors, because people are just going through a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
And you don't see it. Everybody puts on a good face.
Absolutely.
Especially for social media. Social media, everybody's doing great, but you never know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Next one's for you, Mercy. Over 25 years. I know you haven't been there for 25 years, but you know the history, okay? Actually, it's been 28 years. Yeah, okay, I got my numbers wrong. Okay. What do you want every Miami family to know is waiting for them at Hope for Miami?
A family, a place where we understand and we give back to the community, that you can come to us. And if we don't have the resources, we will find it for you. A safe place where your child is going to thrive through the staff members that we have. Yeah.
And your services are free?
Yes, correct.
At CARD, they call you being a client, but it's free. So it kind of threw me off in the beginning. So what do you call your family? Clients?
I call my kids,
Okay.
and we usually do that. Like there are kids, when I go into these sites and I see the staff members working, it's the same love as a family. So we say our kids.
And it's interesting with the kids, like even when they're adults.
Yeah, they can be 22, but they're our kids.
I know.
I have 30-year-olds that have graduated and still come and they're my kids.
That's never going to change.
No, yeah.
It's never going to change.
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, this has been great. I'm so glad that we met.
Absolutely.
So glad you came on the podcast to share what you do with the families that are listening. Yeah, okay. So let's turn on the camera and we'll sign off.
Okay.
So this has been the Autism Podcast with Marquia and Mercy of Hope for Miami. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.